the president is the elected representative of the people, so he's representing the will of the people. And if the bureaucracy is fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want, then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the President Donald Trump and Elon Musk joint interview with Sean Hannity over on Fox News. Now, this was a great interview. If you have not seen it, you got to watch it in full. I'm going to get through a few pieces of it here in this video. And the main thing I want to highlight are some of the things that Elon was saying. Elon is a very, very smart person. You know, the whole thing with the baby mama drama, that's something totally different. But as far as him being a smart person and being a good asset for us to use in this nation, I can't really overstate it. And you're going to hear that in this interview. But let's go ahead and jump straight into it. Okay, like I said, the full interview, if you want to see it and hear it without me talking at you, I'll place that link in the box. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit that link in the bio. Go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
You know, something that had an effect on me was when I saw the rocket ship come back and get grabbed like you grab a beautiful little baby. You grab your baby. It just
hug the rocket.
I've never seen.
Right, everything needs a hug, including rockets.
No, but and he said, you know, you can't really have a rocket program if you're going to dump $1 billion into the ocean every time you fly. You have to save it, right. And he saved it. First time that I've ever seen that done. Now nobody else can do it. If you look at the U.S., Russia, or China, they can't do it, and they won't be able to do it for a long time. He has the technology. You know,
100% correct. That is a really good point. And that goes to the whole thing about saving money, which is why he's here with Doge, to save money. If a guy wants to save money so much that he innovates a way to save a rocket and it actually works and nobody else in the world can do it, you might want to, give him an ear if he has ideas as far as how you can save money. All right, let's keep on going.
Watch much, but you have to watch the enemy on occasion. The level of arrogance and cheating, and they're just horrible people. These are horrible people.
They tell conspiracy theories.
And they start up with the Constitution. They couldn't care less about the Constitution. CNN, likewise. I mean, I watch them asking questions with, the hatred.
It's the way they ask questions. It's the way they relay information. And I've been saying this for a long time. So it's not just me agreeing with Trump. Trump is correct in what he's saying. The way that they'll present a story is different than what the actual story is. They'll talk about Trump. Let's say Trump, for some reason, got in a tree and saved a cat. They'll make it be about, he was disrespectful to the environment. He was on private property. They'll talk about things that could be true, but don't really matter to the essence of the story. That's what they do.
I said, why are you asking the question with such anger? You're asking me a normal question, but you see the bias. The bias is so incredible. Those two are bad. PBS is bad. AP is bad. CBS.
And AP used to be good. AP used to be actually good. Like when I first started YouTube back 2015, 2016, I would go to AP and trust that they would have a neutral point of view. But now they've completely gone to the left, and it's really a shame. AP Reuters used to be neutral. You would understand that CNN, MS-13, DNC, even the Fox would be kind of skewed to one direction or the other. But now even the neutral places have gone all the way to the left.
CBS is terrible. I mean, CBS now, they changed an answer in Kamala. They asked her some questions. She answered them like, a low IQ person, the opposite of him, the absolute opposite. But she gave a horrible answer. They took the entire answer out and they put another answer that she gave 20 minutes later into as the answer. I've never even heard of that. I thought I heard of it all.
Exactly. And we saw that. And that's why Trump had sued them for $10 billion. And I think they're probably going to settle. And that's why they put out the full unedited version of that actual interview. Yeah, that was really crazy. That right there, if you did not have, if you had faith in media, it was gone at that point. Let's keep on going.
So they signed a contract in a government agency, and it has 3 months, and the guy leaves that signed the contract, and nobody else is there, and they pay the contract for 10 years.
Yeah.
So the guy is getting checks for years and years and years, and he's telling his family, obviously, maybe it was crooked, may be paid to get the contract, or may be paid that they didn't terminate it. But, we have contracts that go forever, and they've been going for years, and they're supposed to end in 3 months or 5 months or 2 years or something, and they go forever. So the guy is either crooked, where he knew this was going to happen, or he's crooked because he's getting payments that he knows he shouldn't be getting. But they're finding things like that. They're finding things far worse than that.
And the thing is, why wouldn't you want that kind of thing to end? That's what Elon is finding with Doge. That's his whole purpose. So why would anybody be against that? It's because maybe they're getting some of that money and they don't want anybody to find out. They built a nice, comfortable life. They go on vacations all day, every day. They're chilling off of your taxpayer money. So, of course, they don't want Elon to come in there and run their parade.
And they're finding billions, and it will be hundreds of billions of dollars worth of fraud. I say waste and abuse, but fraud, waste, and abuse. And he's doing an amazing job. And he attracts a young, very smart type of person. I call them high IQ individuals, and they are. They're very high IQ and high IQ. And when they go in to see the people and talk to these people, the people think they're going to pull it over. They don't. These guys are smart, and they love the country. There's a certain something. But he uses the word care. So
now to think about the high IQ people, the people who are in power now, the deep state, if you will, the permanent government, they think they're smart. And they are smart, but just because you're smart does not mean that there's not someone who is smarter than you are. Okay. And they're coming in there for a specific purpose, which is to regulate everything, make sure everything's fair. If you're not doing that, then you're out. And the only way they can fight against it is to say that Elon is, he's an emperor. He's trying to steal your data. All they could do is lie and make you think a thing that's not true to fight against him, because they don't want to lose their positions, their money, and their grift.
Well, the overall goal is to try to get $1 trillion out of the deficit. And if the deficit is not brought under control, America will go bankrupt. This is a very important thing for people to understand. A country is no different from an individual in that if an individual overspends, an individual can go bankrupt, and so can a country. And the massive waste, fraud, and abuse that has been going on, which is leading to a $2 trillion a year deficit. That's what the president was handed on Jan 20th, a $2 trillion deficit. It's insane.
So this fiscal year.
We inherited.
Yeah.
And inflation is back. I'm only here for 2.5 weeks.
That was January.
Inflation is back.
For a week.
No, think of it. Inflation's back. And they said, Trump, inflation. I had nothing to do with it. These people have run the country. They spent money like nobody's ever spent.
Exactly. So let's get that spending under control. Let's get that deficit under control. Let's get this debt. I mean, the debt. Oh, my goodness. Credit card debt, consumer debt, just debt. Trillions upon trillions of dollars in debt. We can't continue on this way. So what's happening right now with Trump and Elon, it was inevitable. It had to happen in order to stop this country from collapsing completely. Let's keep on going.
You have to be keenly aware that the media and the punditry class, not that, I think you've proven they have no power anymore because they threw everything they had at you and they didn't win. And that was, the New York Times, Washington Post, 3 networks, every late night comedy show, 2 cable channels. They threw everything.
Americans have lost faith in all that. We've lost faith in all that. There are people that still kind of believe it. Some of the older generation, maybe some of those who are not as educated, not really tuned into what's happening. But I would say the majority of American citizens have lost faith in all those things that he mentioned.
Fair weaponization.
Sure.
And now I see they want you two to start. They want a divorce. They want you two to start hating each other. And they try. President Elon Musk, for example. You do know that they're doing that to you.
Oh, I see it all the time. They tried it, then they stopped. That wasn't. They have many different things of hatred. Actually, Elon called me. He said, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. No, they said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, it's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president. Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me. I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
Exactly. 100% correct. I see what's happening. You guys see what's happening. What the media does, since we understand what's going on and we're awake in the true sense, what the media does just look silly to us. It's like, really? I think you're going to believe that? Like, we're going to believe Tampon Tim is a heterosexual man with a wife and kids? All right, man, whatever. Like, seriously.
You should say tech support, because I'm here to provide the president with technology support. And now that may seem like, well, is that a silly thing? But actually, it's a very important thing, because the president will make these executive orders, which are very sensible and good for the country, but then they don't get implemented. So if you take for example, all the funding for the migrant hotels, the president issued an executive order. Hey, we need to stop taking taxpayer money and paying for luxury hotels for illegal immigrants, which makes no sense. Like, so obviously, people do not want their tax dollars going to fund high-end hotels for illegals. And yet they were still doing that, even as late as last week. And so, we went in there and we're like, hey, this is in violation of the presidential executive order. It needs to stop. So what we're doing here is one of the biggest functions of the DOGE team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out. And this is, I just want to point out, this is a very important thing, because the president is the elected representative of the people. So he's representing the will of the people. And if the bureaucracy is fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want, then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy.
Facts, big facts. That's what I'm talking about, Elon. Elon, a smart person. Look, as I close, I want to say this. Why wouldn't you want the smartest people on your team? If you have the job of leading the nation, being the leader of the free world, if you have that job, why wouldn't you want the smartest people on your team? The best guys, girls, whatever, for the job. That's what you want. You want an Elon Musk by your side. You want whoever is capable and able to help the nation to be on your team. The media will try to demonize Elon because they know how smart he is and they know what he can do when he's with Trump, when he's in government. Their agenda can be defeated with that duo. That's why they want him out of there. That's why they want to scare normies into thinking that he's somehow a threat to the Social Security payments and things of this nature. That's why it's obvious, and everybody that's smart enough can see it for what it is clearly. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Did you watch the entire Trump-Elon interview with Sean Hannity? Did you see certain clips? What were your thoughts? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you agree with me when I say that Elon is a very smart guy and he dropped gems throughout the entire interview? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This was a great interview. I loved it. The mainstream media, they're going to hate it. What are they going to say? Oh, the president and the vice president appear on Sean Hannity, and they're going to say Elon's the president with Trump as a vice president at best, or the president and an associate, a consultant. That's how they want to do. And the only reason they're doing that is because they know how smart Elon Musk is. They're afraid he's actually going to be able to get things done in the government. So they want any effective individual to be removed from the White House because maybe, again, he can actually get something done there. They don't want the nation to succeed if it means that Trump and Elon Musk and anyone around Trump succeeds, which is pretty bad. I mean, good grief. You might not like Trump, but do you love this nation? If so, I can't tell. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.